Hello, viewers. This is Dr. Qamar Cheema at the Snowbird Institute, and today we are going to have a conversation on American foreign policy in the Donald Trump presidency. For this, I have an excellent panel. I have with me the former Foreign Secretary and the Chairman Snowbird Institute, Ambassador Azaz Ahmed Chaudhry, and I have with me Dr. Qamar Al-Huda, who is a Michael E. Paul Distinguished Visiting Professor of International Affairs. There is a lot of things which I can say further. He has served as Associate Adjunct Professor at the Georgetown University School of Government. Dr. Huda co-founded and was the Vice President of the Center for Global Policy, a nonpartisan think tank that focuses on UN security and foreign policy in Middle East, South Asia, and East Asia. And Dr. Huda was also a Senior Policy Advisor for the U.S. Department of State Secretary Office for Religion and Global Affairs. I can read a lot about Dr. Huda's introduction, but I think this is just enough to intimidate our viewers that we have a very special guest with us. Thank you very much, Dr. Huda, for your time.
Thank you very much for having me. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. So, Ambassador Azaz, I will start with you with the opening remarks, and then I will go to Dr. Qamar Al-Huda. So, on American foreign policy in the Donald Trump presidency, today is a great day for Pakistan. In one of the speeches, in one of the first speech he did at the U.S. Congress, he praised Pakistani government and thanked the Pakistani government. So we were very confused and worried that how Pakistan-U.S. relations will be in that. But I just want to give an opening remarks. How do you see President Donald Trump's presidency for the international system, for the transatlantic alliance? And particularly this changing calculus in international politics, and also how do you see this relationship bilaterally as well? So if you can give opening remarks on that, and then I'll go to Dr. Qamar.
Yeah, thank you very much, Qamar, and let me also join you in welcoming Qamar Al-Huda Sahib. He, as you have rightly introduced, is a very, very knowledgeable person on these issues, and sitting in the US itself and having worked with the government, I'm sure his views will be very, very valuable for our audience. I would say in my opening remarks that Trump has entered the scene at a time when the world is already passing through a turmoil kind of situation, a disarray in the world order that was created some 80 years ago. And in fact, there is no, interstate conduct rules in play at this moment. And sort of might is right is the order of the day. And that's what is happening. And it all started perhaps with the US itself when it invaded Iraq in 2003 without any authorization from the United Nations. And then, every other country started following the same approach that America wanted to follow, which is America first. So everybody said, all right, we'll also follow the same. And now here we are, where Donald Trump wants to maximize in his own judgment the interests of the US. And he thinks that he will make America great again. We're not really sure, because with friends and with sort of not so friends, he has acted in a manner which is quite extraordinary, which is quite out of the normal. And we can see that the whole world is now is a bit confused as to where would things land, because he every day comes up with his view, his worldview, which is really not the norm. And so from Canada and Mexico to Russia and China and the middle powers and every other country is watching eagerly as to what would happen next. We know that all the norms that we had seen developed during the past 80 years are now in disarray. There is no free international trade. Protectionist walls are going up. Immigrants are now being viewed as security threats or economic threats, and the world is whole lot different. So Donald Trump comes at a time to, in a way, he signifies that chaos on the global scene. How would it pan out? What kind of new balance of power will emerge? We are yet to see. But we see that Donald Trump likes to play with the big boys. He likes to deal with President Putin, with President Xi. And let's see how many changes he makes further. But one thing is good, that he wants to end wars. He wants to end the war in Ukraine, but in a manner that has disappointed Europe, that has disappointed Ukraine. He wants to end the war in Gaza, in Israel, in Middle East, but in a manner that totally eclipses any resistance to Israel. So a very, very prejudiced and biased worldview he's coming up with. Bilaterally, I think Pakistan is facing a benign neglect from the US, which is good. And the only word that we heard from him was, as you mentioned, a word in the US Congress, word of appreciation for what Pakistan has done. That could also open doors for further cooperation between Pakistan and the US. But we'll keep fingers crossed, because for many in the US, Pakistan is already in China camp, and China is their main rival, so to say. So I think final word is not yet out. We will see how it takes shape. But Pakistan, our Pakistani leaders and the people of Pakistan actually want to have good relations with the US, while their main anchor of relationship is with China. How would we balance out these two relationships? Time will tell. But many in this country, including myself, want to see a more, a situation where we maintain relations with both countries. But I'll pause here, and I like to, naturally we are here to listen to Mr. Qamar, whose views.
हेलो दोस्तों, नमस्कार। ये नहीं, मेरी वीडियो आ गई है। ये वीडियो है कमर चीमा के ऊपर। टॉपिक है अमेरिकन फॉरेन पॉलिसी इन डोनाल्ड ट्रम्प एरिया के अंदर कौन डोनाल्ड ट्रम्प क्या करेंगे, क्या नहीं करेंगे, कैसा डोनाल्ड ट्रम्प का 4 साल निकलेंगे, पाकिस्तान के लिए कैसा होगा, इंडिया के लिए कैसा होगा, और अभी क्या चल रहा है अमेरिका के अंदर, इंडिया की फॉरेन पॉलिसी क्या चल रही है, पाकिस्तान की फॉरेन पॉलिसी क्या चल रही है। ये 3 लोग आपस में बात कर रहे हैं। डॉक्टर कमर चीमा क्वेश्चन करते हैं और ये आंसर दे रहे हैं। इसी चीज़ पे डिबेट चल रही है। प्लीज़ चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें, लाइक करें। मैं और वीडियो डालता रहूँगा। थैंक यू।